Joe Rogan has weighed in on newly released training footage of Conor McGregor as talk heats up about his potential return at the UFC White House card.
That's him now. He's super jacked.
He looks like a bodybuilder.
See, that's what he looks like now. He's still jacked. He still looks great. He looks good, though.
Whoa. He looks so old now.
He looks different.
Yeah, well, he's got that crazy beard. That beard's crazy. But he looks fit. What is going on with this drug-free sport thing?
I don't know, but I love it.
Is it drug-free sport, and is their logo a wink? USADA went dirty on them, man.
When they went and did that statement without notifying Dana White, my first tweet was like, "Oh, USADA fucked up."
What they said they were doing it for Conor McGregor, so they could get Conor McGregor and not have to test him.
What did they do?
That's what they insinuated.
Trying to make Dana look bad,
which is not true because Conor McGregor entered into the USADA pool and supplied 2 tests so far. They're wrong. What they said was wrong. He's not on anything. He's clean. They tested him. Conor is kind of a good example of that. Conor is fantastic in the beginning of a fight.
Right.
But, man, he gets to them 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, and he takes, like, the Nate Diaz fight, the second fight. He
becomes human.
He turned and walked away from him.
He becomes very human.
He needed that break so badly.
Yeah. Hey, is Conor McGregor ever going to fight in the UFC again?
Yeah, I mean, if you see, he's been posting videos of himself training. He's back in the pool now. He wants the White House fight.
Okay. Because I've seen him train, but I've also seen him party a lot recently.
I've seen a lot of photos of him recently.
Yeah, there's been some photos. There's been a lot of things going around, so I didn't know if he was coming back.
Well, listen, if he starts getting in shape and training and stays the course, that's the fight he wants. He keeps telling me he wants that fight, so.
Okay.
We'll see how it plays out.
Joe Rogan has just reacted to fresh training footage of Conor McGregor ahead of his rumored UFC White House return, and the MMA world is stunned. For years, critics claimed McGregor was more interested in partying than fighting. But these new clips tell a different story. The distractions are gone, the wild nights are behind him, and what's left is a focused, determined former 2-division champion who looks hungry to prove himself all over again.
Coming to the White House, are you excited about this? I mean, have you thought about? I mean, it's a pretty cool.
I'm ecstatic that Mac is back, and what better event than to grace the White House lawn for a straighter? What I do best. I'm very, very excited, very eager, very motivated. Bring it on, baby.
Do you think that's when you maybe come back? I mean, what about comeback for you as far as fighting?
I'm very happy that it's June. It was on in July. Now it's a month earlier. Even better. Bring it to April. Why not? Let's celebrate the birthday early. I celebrate my birthday months in advance.
So we could potentially see maybe possibly White House Conor McGregor.
That's a definitely. That's a definitely.
That's awesome.
For sure. That's my event.
That is your event. That is
for sure.
We're going to be on the fucking south lawn of the White House. Give a shit if it's just my production people. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, it's insane.
The fighters are going to walk out of the Oval Office. When they walk, they're walking from the Oval Office. Yeah,
bro. For just American history, like this will be looked back on forever.
You know, people talk shit about Conor. I'm telling you, I've been in the fucking trenches with Conor. Conor is a guy that has fought injured. Conor is a guy that a fighter has fallen out, and we slid in a stylistically bad matchup for him. He doesn't care. He literally will fight anybody.
But does he care enough to actually make a fight right now? Like, when's the last time he fought?
He and I have been talking nonstop, and he's like, I'm dead serious. I want this. You know, I'm training. I'm back in the pool. I'm doing all the shit. So we'll see. As we still got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go till February till we start making this card. So we'll see.
Dana White has already weighed in on the footage, praising McGregor's renewed focus and saying it proves he's serious about his comeback and ready to headline what could be one of the most historic UFC cards ever.
All right, so when Conor says that he wants to be on the card at the White House, he's won 1 fight in 7 years. He wants to be on that card. Do you want him on that card?
Yeah, you know, we'll see how this thing plays out. I'll start making this card in February. If it all plays out that way, Conor could be on the card.
You would still take him?
Yeah.
But you still respect him that much.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of trouble, man. Now when he was on, he made a lot of money. He was great. I get it.
This isn't tennis. This is the fight business.
It's not golf. It's not tennis. But can he still do what you need him to do or want him to do?
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I talked with President Trump about the UFC event at the White House. That's where the biggest comeback in history will happen. 4th of July 2026, the biggest sports event in history. Return of the notorious Conor McGregor. The opponent is not certain yet, but I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter for me. You know, I am prepared for everybody. Michael Chandler, Ilia Topuria. They are all easy money, honestly. I am the notorious Conor McGregor first double champion in history. Like people talk about Khabib and that he is undefeated. Man, he fought like 3 ranked fighters in his whole career. He fought dummies his whole career, like shut your fucking mouth. He got lucky with that overhand right and then just started cuddling. That's all he can do. I will beat his ass at the White House if he has the balls to fight again.
Jon Jones, he says he's training 5 days a week, Dana.
He has made it very clear to me that this is what he wants to do. But I need people on this card that I can count on. And say what you want about Conor McGregor, because people like to talk shit about that too, but he is that guy. When the shit hits the fan, who's really willing to go out? And Conor McGregor has always been that guy.
So you said Jon's not at the top of your list for that one. You know, maybe don't rule it out, but who is? Can you give us a little bit of...
I just said Conor McGregor.
Conor. So that's
Conor McGregor has always...
White is asked literally about the White House story every single interview he does. I almost feel bad for him, but he doesn't seem to mind. Dana White was on the Zach Gelb show. Zach does a great job, knows his stuff, asks pertinent questions, and asked Dana White about Jon Jones. And in that conversation, Dana White said something that I thought was very telling regarding Jon Jones. In case you missed it, here it is.
You said Jon Jones called you, and he apologized. What was that conversation like?
Well, it wasn't a conversation. He reached out. He wrote, you know, like a text, saying, "Listen, sorry how this all played out," or whatever. You know, I want to fight at the White House. I'm serious about that. And, you know, just one of those type of.
Has that changed your view?
No,
not at all.
No.
So there's no chance he's gonna.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate him reaching out and doing that. But I need people I can count on for this fight, and I know who they are. I know who they are not.
Gotcha. Well said.
And so Dana White revealing that Jon Jones apologized to him, to me, is extremely telling. What is he apologizing for? I'll tell you what he's apologizing for, as I've said multiple times, and by the way, has not been refuted by anyone. At this point, you'd think someone, if it wasn't true, would have refuted it. Jon Jones wanted a lot of money. The number that I was told was 30 million. The UFC said no, then they said yes, then they got the money. They said, "We got you the money, let's go, you versus Tom Aspinall." He said he was in, took a few days, said he was out. I've told this story a million times now. No one has refuted it. By now, you hopefully believe me. And Dana White alluded to this when he made the announcement that Jon Jones had retired and they were stripping him of the belt, or he was vacating the title, whatever semantic you want to go with, and Tom Aspinall was now the new champ. He said he gave us his word and he backed out. And now Jon Jones is apologizing for doing that, or at least it has been revealed that he apologized for doing that. And what I think is very telling about this is, as I said last week, that interview that he did on the red carpet with his PR person, Jon Jones has buyer's remorse, or at least, what is the opposite of buyer's remorse? He didn't buy anything. He has some kind of remorse. You know what I'm saying?
FOMO?
Maybe FOMO is the word. Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
He does not want to miss out on what's happening next June, next July. It sounds like June at the White House. And he realizes...
The other, fans can't forget the version of McGregor who's been sidelined by injuries, legal troubles, and years of inactivity. The question now is simple but massive. Which Conor will show up? The ruthless finisher who made history inside the Octagon? Or the fading superstar struggling to reclaim past glory? That tension is what makes his rumored return so electrifying. Because if the focused, hungry McGregor truly is back, the UFC White House card could go down as one of the biggest moments the sport has ever seen.
Is the perfect example. Why do you think he's such a big star? You think he's such a big star because he's funny? Yeah, that's part of it. You think he's such a big star because he speaks so well? Absolutely part of it. And you just keep going down the line of all these things that makes him a star. But number one, first and foremost, the reason he is a global superstar and people love this guy is because he's a real fighter. I'm the guy that makes the phone calls and hears people going, yeah, I'm not going to take that fight, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. Never. Lorenzo and I were standing in his living room. Kid just woke up, got out of bed, he's in his underwear, looks us dead in the eye and says, I'm going to take a shower and get dressed and work out. Let me know after I'm done working out who I'm fighting.
Do you think McGregor is better than Jon Jones?
Sé que no es lo que era. Es un McGregor que representa más el alcohol y las drogas que el deporte. Yo me he inspirado en Conor. Yo lo he admirado cuando era pequeño. Yo y mucha gente que yo conozco quería seguir sus pasos porque era un ejemplo de la fe, de que todo se puede conseguir, de trabajo, de constancia, del esfuerzo, y él sí lo ha perdido. porque ha traicionado los valores que le han llevado hasta ahí. Está claro, ¿no?, de lo que estamos hablando, ¿no? Que un tipo que hoy en día no representa los valores que representaba hace años. Se nos ha ido un ídolo.
You know who would I think would grow even bigger as a superstar if they did a podcast? Your podcast? Who? Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah.
I've sat down with
How
Conor.
big can he get?
Well, I'm just. I think he would get less hate. Obviously, he has all the accolades in the world. But as a person, if you sat down and you talked to him, you just didn't get all that hoopla over here. You sat down, and talked to him.
Oh,
I think you'd be even bigger.
When he retires,
Not
you
that
will get that.
Well, we almost did it before. There was some trying to figure out times like before he became gigantic, before the Diaz fight, before he won the title. There was some talk about it. It's just, you know what, man? For better or for worse, I don't chase anybody. I know there's some great guests. Like I know there's some people that I would really like to get on, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
I mean, even people in other countries would want to say. And the way that we're doing this thing, like let's say this is goofy, but this is the Octagon, right? We're building this arch, almost like the St. Louis arch, like this. And the lighting grid will go above the Octagon. So when we shoot this fight, right, this whole backdrop will be the White House. And then when the cameras move over and the fight's this way, it's all the Washington Monument, the monument on this side. Then there's a park that's sort of connected to the White House. And we'll have 85,000 people there with big screens. And we're going to do concerts. We're going to do UFC X there. We're going to take over DC the whole week.
On the other hand, critics argue that years of injuries, setbacks, and inactivity may have stripped McGregor of the speed, timing, and fire that once made him unstoppable. But Joe Rogan and other analysts insist that when Conor is locked in and motivated, he's still one of the deadliest fighters in the sport. This isn't just a comeback. It's a shot at redemption. McGregor has the chance to silence doubters, remind the world why he became the biggest star in combat sports, and prove he can still hang with the very best. For Ilia Topuria, for Michael Chandler, for any opponent standing across from him at the White House card, this version of McGregor might be the most dangerous of all. A man fighting not only for victory, but for legacy. The MMA world is buzzing. Some believe he'll return sharper than ever and shock the sport. Others think his time has passed and the new era has already taken over. But one thing is certain. If this training footage is real proof, Conor McGregor is ready for the most important comeback of his career. And as Joe Rogan put it best, if anyone can pull off the impossible on the biggest stage of all, it's the notorious Conor McGregor.